our home and native land. True patriot love in all of us command. Kad ombrase portele paye, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Hogisu kwelalia guchitande sukta igna muek la sitka muiktuk welalia. Niskamis nagu sedewin welalia guchitande ligna muek tija amijmina. Kijinen ma amiga welalia tande sukta elida swadmek uchida nimajultinen elmadegem. Uchibano welalia kelulaska buchitande ligna muek tandel nimajultidesnen elmadegem. Kodes nuga kijua welalia tandel ginamuek tande sukta inenemenet ulau sitka muiktuk. Et kesnu welalia nut oltio mijuajistudwe uchitan hankamiek ninen amispanago ajudelni majultiek ninen kisigoldiek. Ha o adnogen kijina welalia tandeligaliek lau sitka muiktuk. Mulgignewdi ignemuiega kiginamuiek tande sukta nenemenen uchida tandle adultidesnu ni majultiek ni. Giver of life, thank you for giving us all life. Thank you for giving us the world that we rely on for our survival. Grandfather, Son, thank you for giving us our spirits, our shadows, images of our ancestors that follow us, take care of us. Mother Earth, we are grateful that you give us all the necessities of life that we need to survive on Mother Earth. We are grateful. To the direction of the rising sun, thank you for the Gluskap, for the leadership that you have given us so that we will live a strong and healthy life. To the south, I thank the grandmothers for their wisdom and knowledge. They teach us everything we need to know in order to survive on Mother Earth. I look to the west for the direction of the young people. They are here to look at the adults, and we have to behave and act accordingly so we can leave a legacy of survival for the future generations. And we look to the north for our mothers who brought us into this world, cleaned us and fed us and looked after us, and taught us how to get along with each other and rely on each other and love one another as brothers and sisters. Walalio. chicken giguina hula det nigeya Maui omi weskawasig well das waltul tim ta hui Hawech quida jik niskamich, huladet nigeya, nenamitich dan eldajik, akatamiti chudauti wo. Hawech quida chicken giguina, huladet nigeya, pep quijede madi, neutit pa wehaya yoe. Aweha, weha, wehaya, weha, wehaya, wehaya yoe. Aweha, weha, wehaya, weha, wehaya, wehaya yoe. Taho, walalio.
On behalf of the Board of Governors, the faculty and staff at Cape Breton University, I wish to convey my sincerest congratulations to you, the graduating class of 2020. I had hoped, as I'm sure you had hoped, that we would be in person to exchange pleasantries and to engage with one another on this momentous occasion. Unfortunately, the pandemic, which is global in its scope, has precluded us from meeting in person and exchanging greetings to one another. I do, however, wish to convey my sincerest congratulations to each and every one of you. As you know, the motto of our university is perseverance will triumph, and how you have persevered. You have adapted to an online course offering. You struggled with classes. You made valiant attempts to work with your colleagues, both online and wherever you were in the world. This, my friends, is adapting to your circumstances. Perseverance until you triumph. None of this diminishes how proud we are of you as graduates of Cape Breton University. You will leave here now as graduates, and you will embark upon a new world, different from what it was just months ago. But I'm confident. I'm confident that you will adjust, you will take advantage of the opportunities, and persevere as you triumph in your chosen vocation. The excitement of graduation ought to be with you not only for a day, but indeed for an entire future. I'm confident that at some point in time, I'll have the opportunity to meet with you once again in person, to offer my special greetings in person, and to wish you well. So again, on behalf of the faculty, the staff, the Board of Governors at Cape Breton University, I congratulate you on this great milestone and wish you continued success. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Lena Metledge-Diab, the MLA for Halifax-Armdale and Minister of Labor and Advanced Education and the Minister of Immigration for the province. It's my pleasure today to congratulate you on your graduation from Cape Breton University. To the international students, it's an honor that you chose our province for your studies. Merci et félicitations. What an exciting time this is for you. I'm sure this is not how you envisioned your graduation. But I do hope that you cherish this special time and you celebrate all your accomplishments. Completing any form of post-secondary education is not easy, and I know you are all well aware of that. It requires a lot of hard work, focus, and dedication. 2020 has presented a number of unexpected challenges. And top of all of that are your responsibilities. I cannot imagine how difficult this has been for you. I am so proud of how well you have adapted and continue to press forward. Thank you so much for choosing Cape Breton University and Nova Scotia to invest in your future. We at the Department of Labor and Advanced Education are working diligently to make sure there are a lot of opportunities for you to put that education to use and build a meaningful career here in our beautiful province. I look forward to seeing what the future holds and the bright careers I know you have ahead of you. I wish you all tremendous success on your next chapter, and on behalf of the province of Nova Scotia, congratulations.
Good afternoon. At this point in the program, we will present those individuals on whom doctoral degrees, honoris causa, are to be conferred. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our honorary degree recipients, Louis J. Maroon and Dr. Ronald McCormick. Louis J. Maroon was born and raised in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Mr. Maroon holds a Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of New Brunswick and is a Fellow of the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors. One of the most prolific executives in national and international real estate transactions. Mr. Maroon first began his career in real estate in 1982, following 7 years with the Nova Scotia Department of the Attorney General. Mr. Maroon has built a highly notable career and has been dedicated to his philanthropic work with such charitable organizations as the Cape Breton Regional Hospital Foundation, the MS Society on a national level, Casting for Recovery Canada, and the Cape Breton University's Shannon School of Business. Dr. Ronald McCormick, MD, FRCPC, is the Chief Medical Oncologist at the Cape Breton Cancer Centre. He completed his medical training at Dalhousie University and his specialty training at Princess Margaret Hospital in Toronto, Ontario. He is an engaged and caring father and husband. Dr. McCormick is also a proud promoter of Cape Breton Island. His life work has had an immeasurable impact on thousands of lives here in Cape Breton. His highly reputable medical practice and his role in developing the state-of-the-art regional cancer center has impacted patients from across Canada and many parts of the mainland of Nova Scotia. Both Dr. Ronald McCormick and Louis J. Maroon have represented our island in their respective careers, and they have impacted thousands. I invite you to read their full biographies located on our official convocation website or in our convocation program. I would now like to introduce Dr. Ronald McCormick and Louis J. Maroon. Thank you.
Good morning, and a warm welcome to our amazing graduating class, to our Chancellor, to our University President, and distinguished guests. I am beyond honored and feel privileged to share this day with you, and I have a brief message for you. Fortunately for you, I've been cautioned to make it brief. There is an intriguing, and I believe an enlightening vignette episode in Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland that I want to share with you. There is an exchange between Alice and the Cheshire Cat, and I mention this because it was partially responsible, at a pivotal time in my life, to what led to my current lifestyle. As Alice travels the road and comes to a fork, she meets the Cheshire Cat. She says to the cat, "I just wanted to ask you which way I ought to go." The Cheshire Cat responds, "Well, that depends on where you want to get to." Alice replies, "Oh, it really doesn't matter, I don't know." To which the Cheshire Cat replies, "Then it really doesn't matter which way you go." Let me explain how important a message that is. I graduated from high school a very long time ago, and I hope that guidance counselors have evolved over the years. But just in case they have not, you need to understand the difference between paths and objectives. My experience with guidance counselors was typical for the time. A short meeting, multiple pamphlets about universities, technical schools, jobs and careers, and the inevitable, ever underlying question, what do you want to be when you grow up? The problem with that process and with that question is that it focuses on the path and not the objective. I hope you're familiar with Lewis Carroll's famous piece, Noted. And I apologize for talking about children's stories, songs, and nursery rhymes, but there is a purpose. Here is another one for you. Tinker, tailor, soldier, sailor, doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. It is a famous nursery rhyme in a book and a song covered by many artists over the years. And again, the focus is on jobs and careers. However, I should tell you that my cousin's family are very proud of the fact that they fill out that last part of that rhyme. Within the same family, they have a doctor, a lawyer, and an Indian chief. And they should be proud. It's quite an accomplishment. When I was struggling to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up, a wonderful mentor of mine proposed I spend an evening figuring out what I wanted. When I corrected him and said, "You mean what I want to be?" He said, No, stop thinking about pathways. Figure out what you want in life. What does your life look like when you're older? You're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, etc. So I went away and spent time figuring out what I wanted out of life. When I came back to him and told him I figured it out, he said, "Great. Now whatever you choose to do to get there is okay. Provided, of course, it's legal, moral, ethical, and so on. And it's only important as a path to your objective." Then he said, "Now, there is a second part to this exercise. This time I want you to go home this evening and imagine you are attending the funeral of a well-known person. Sit in the back and listen to the eulogy and the various speakers. Tell me tomorrow what you heard and what you think." A very strange request, but I did it. I explained the next day that everyone had wonderful things to say. He was a great father, a husband, an employer, an employee, a contributor to the community, a wonderful, well-liked person, and so on. He smiled. "Well, I'm glad to hear that because that person was you. You need to be able to achieve your objective, but in a way that does so without ever causing harm to anyone else. More importantly, achieve your objective while being kind and generous and help others to achieve their objective." So the moral of this very shortened version of my story is, unlike Alice, you need to know where you're going, what you want from life. Otherwise, you will never make the right career choices on how to get there. If you understand what you want from life, you will understand that all career choices are simply a path to a key objective. Thank you so much for your kind attention, and may you all enjoy wonderful lives.
Thank you, President Dingwall, and the board from CBU and other faculty members. This is a great honor to me to be picked as a recipient for an honorary degree. First, I'd like to refer to the class of 2020, the COVID class, the pandemic class. You're a class that will never be forgotten, despite, I'm sure, the fact that this wasn't what you were expecting when you signed up for a university education to end it in such times. And I'm sure you'll have plenty of stories from this. And I'd love it if you would go and tell as many stories to as many people as you can about your time at CBU, and tell them like a real Cape Bretoner over and over again, and probably a little bit more robust with every telling. My story today is going to be about development of cancer services in Cape Breton. It goes back to 1987 when I became head of medical oncology in Halifax, and I inherited a set of files. I was going through these and came across one particularly thick file. Asking my secretary about it, she told me it was the Cape Breton file, and I said, well, what's this all about? And she said, there's a lot of Cape Bretoners down there that they want a visiting cancer clinic. The medical professionals want it, certain patients want it. It's just something that they really feel they deserve. And I said, well, what are we doing about it? And she pointed at the file and she said, we're starting this file. Well, I thought we should take a look. And when I opened the file up, there were some disturbing things. There were reports from epidemiologists about the increased cancer incidence in Cape Breton and mortality rate, probably higher than most of Canada. There were also letters from various professionals who really thought they could improve the care of patients here by having medical oncologists and radiation oncologists at least come on a visiting basis. But what turned it around for me, what made me really interested in this, is a letter that came from Jean McPhee. Jean McPhee was a nurse at the time who was taking on some extra care of cancer patients in Cape Breton. In her letter, she talked about the anguish that patients go through when they have to travel to Halifax. Sometimes they're physically frail, and this was definitely a hardship. They'd often have to take family members with them. These family members would have to give up work, look for daycare for their children, and overall the experience wasn't great for cancer patients. Jean took the perspective of a cancer patient when she really wanted a visiting clinic. We took this request seriously, and within a couple of months, we actually started our first visiting clinic, and it was the first visiting cancer clinic in the province of Nova Scotia. Over the years, this continued to increase somewhat, and about 2 years into it, we had a medical student at the time, Carolyn Ham, take a look at the quality of life and cost of this clinic. And the quality of life obviously improved, but what was another surprise is that when we looked at global costs, it was actually cheaper to treat patients near their home than in a far-off site. She actually published this, and it went into the annals of the Royal College, and I think this laid the footwork for getting a cancer clinic going. Local residents of Sydney then ran with it. A special fund for building a cancer center was developed, and over the next several years, we raised over $6 million. This was the seed money to start what we hoped would grow. Around the mid-1990s, the cancer clinic finally opened. This was a full-service clinic with chemotherapy services, radiation services, social work, and dietary services. We also took it one step further, particularly through the initiative of our social worker, Tom McNeil, when we added art therapy, music therapy, exercise classes, Reiki, and even yoga classes. This really did add, we believe, to the quality of life of our cancer patients. Along with this, Tom went and established a patient comfort fund. There's lots of expenses that cancer patients come across that are often unmet, and a lot of patients in Cape Breton couldn't afford them. So this fund has been a bit of a lifesaver for patients who go through the cancer experience. And interestingly, many community members contribute to it, but one of the biggest groups of people that contribute are former patients who actually use the fund themselves. So the circle of life, I guess, has come full all the way around. Eventually, we got what we wanted. The Cancer Center has been up and running since the 1990s. We're about to, in fact, build a new cancer clinic. There's just a couple of anecdotes I want to pass on. One is that with the first group of radiation therapists that went through the clinic, all but one was a Cape Bretoner. And in our first cohort of nurses that went through the clinic, everyone was a Cape Bretoner. And to this day, we still have a supply of excellent, well-trained nurses that are coming through the doors of the clinic, and the vast majority of them now seem to be Cape Breton University graduates. In fact, one of them may be sitting in the audience today, your nursing valedictorian, who happens to be the cousin of Don Carey, one of our program secretaries here at the Cancer Clinic. And his name is Austin Chapman. So in closing then, I'd like to address the students and tell them they're part of a good community. Once you've gone through Cape Breton and you see what the community at large has done for this cancer center, I think it's a proud place to be from. And wherever you go, if it's in Cape Breton or elsewhere, always look to be a part of that community and fill needs that aren't filled. On a bit of a lighter note, I just have one other anecdote. And that's I recently told a colleague of mine at St. FX, a PhD in psychology, that I was getting this honorary degree. And he looked at me in the eye and he said, "Well, Ron, finally, you're a real doctor." Many thanks and good luck.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University, I admit you to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which you are entitled with all of their rights and privileges. I also admit those in absentia to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which they are entitled. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Andy Parnaby, and I'm the Dean of Arts and and Social Sciences. You know, and I know, that the way in which you finished your degree doesn't look like the way that you started it. And it's also pretty clear to you and to me that convocation this year isn't the same way it's been in the past. It's not optimal, and that's pretty obvious. But it might be helpful, perhaps, to keep sort of two things in mind. The first is that this public health disruption, it will end. That's important. And second, it's important to not let this public health disruption overshadow the substantive achievements you've made over the past few years. During that time, you have forged new relationships, you've acquired new skills, you've mastered new knowledge, and I know that for many of you, you've discovered a new country. All of that is worthy of celebration. So, with that in mind, congratulations on your achievement. We are all, especially in the School of Arts and Social Sciences, we are all so proud of all of you. And we all wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
My name is George Karafelis, and I'm the Dean of the Shannon School of Business. Congratulations, graduates. We're pleased that we've been part of your education journey and you have reached your destination. You have spent meaningful time studying, reading, writing, and interacting with fellow students and faculty, and you're now well prepared to make a long-term impact on your career, your organization, and the community. Whichever path you choose, we know that you will be making decisions that are consistent with your long-term vision. University education prepares us for the unexpected. These are challenging times, and I encourage you to look for opportunity in any challenge you come across. From all of us at the Shannon School of Business, we congratulate you and your family on your graduation and for everything you have accomplished with us. We're all proud of you. Be the best you can be.
Hi, my name is Patrick Howard, and I'm the Interim Dean of the School of Education and Health. It is with great pleasure today that I extend my congratulations to you on this amazing milestone. You are now ready to take your place as a part of exciting and dynamic professions. Education, nursing, and public health sciences are more important today than perhaps ever before. No matter where you go, you will be important to the life of your community. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the people who helped get you here along the way. Family, friends, grandparents, whole communities who supported you to get to this amazing milestone. So welcome, congratulations on your big day, and enjoy it as a part of the CBU community.
Hello, graduates. I'm Rick Paranowski, Dean of the School of Science and Technology, and I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to extend my sincere congratulations to you upon your graduation from Cape Breton University. You should be excited and you should be proud. All your hard work has paid off over the past several years, and you've achieved your goal. Even in the face of some unusual circumstances, you've been successful. Now you're eagerly looking forward to the next stage of your lives, which I'm sure you'll approach with the same dedication and determination you brought to your academics. I certainly wish you every success in all your future endeavors and hope you'll always look fondly on your time at Cape Breton University, not just for the knowledge acquired, but also for the friendships and relationships that were forged. In many cases, they'll last a lifetime. Therefore, I wish to join with your administrators, faculty, staff, family, and friends in congratulating you on a job well done, and wishing you every success in your future career, wherever it may take you. I wish the very best to the Cape Breton University School of Science and Technology Fall 2020 graduates.
Madam Chancellor, President Dingwall, honored guests, faculty and staff, families at home and across the globe, and most importantly, graduates. I extend the most sincere congratulations to us, CBU's graduating class of Fall 2020. We made it. Our paths have all converged upon this one memorable event, and the many achievements that have brought us all together is no less than extraordinary. As I stand here today to represent the class of Fall 2020, I am honored, shocked, and so excited. Never in a million years would I have imagined I'd be standing here today giving this speech as a CBU Valedictorian. Despite the lack of a formal graduation ceremony, and given the unpredicted and unprecedented circumstances we're living in today, CBU still has added 400 plus graduates to its alumni family. Family. That is what we are. Although we may come from many different backgrounds, programs, degrees, cultures, and countries, we are still one. We are still and will forever be a family. We are a family that has been faced with many challenges and changes throughout our years here at Cape Breton University. Some changes better than others. In the past few years, the population at CBU has bloomed considerably. Now, with well over 5,000 students from over 50 countries, the island of Cape Breton is no small, unnoticed island anymore. This small island called Cape Breton now has graduates from all over the country and the world. The student population at CBU has helped our economy immensely. We have improved our public transit system, and we had a large increase in local businesses and restaurants that are being opened from CBU alumni from all walks of life. In the past few years, we have gained a new president, President David Dingwall, who has been doing and continues to do amazing things for CBU and the Cape Breton community. In the past few years, CBU has also made history. We were the first university to host both men and women AUS championships at the same time. But we didn't only do that once. We have done it twice, all in the past 3 to 4 years. As we look back on our years at CBU, we have experienced many positives, but we've also been faced with many challenges. One great challenge that we've been faced with this year is the global pandemic of COVID-19. COVID-19 has put a stop to many formal outings, events, and plans of different magnitudes. It has made it difficult to be with those we love and care about, but yet it has made us, as a community, work that much harder to stay connected. We had to take up online learning as CBU and many other universities went completely online. Some of us had delays in finishing parts of our programs, like clinical practices or co-op placements, and some of us had to learn some new study habits, as we are now learning from our own homes. The COVID-19 pandemic had made many changes in our lives. Life threw us a giant curveball, but when life throws you a curveball, you just have to learn how to catch it. You learn how to adapt, and you learn to find new ways to live your life. We grew as a community. During this pandemic, we learned to appreciate the little things and found new ways to stay connected. We used our technology to its fullest, we adapted, and we persevered together. I'd like to leave you all with 2 quotes said by some pretty famous Canadians that resonate not only with myself, but with all of us as we prepare to embark on our journey to wherever we go next. As said by Canadian athlete and humanitarian Terry Fox, "I just wish people would realize that anything's possible if you try. Dreams are made possible if you try." And by Nova Scotian actress Ellen Page, "When we were growing up, there are all sorts of people telling us what to do, when really, what we need is space to work out who to be." Terry and Ellen have described what life is like perfectly. Although these quotes have always applied to us, they have a lot more weight now that we are going out into the real world, looking for jobs or furthering our education elsewhere. In order to achieve success and prosper in life, we must work towards those goals. Success does not come easy, and we will fail many times. But we must keep working hard and never give up. Keep working towards our dreams. Use this as our space to work out who we want to be and never give up. Never stop trying. And I have full confidence that CBU and the amazing professors, faculty, and staff here have prepared us well for what we have to face in the future. I would like to take this time to thank the amazing people at CBU, from professors to faculty and staff, to NPEs, lab instructors, teaching assistants, and many more. Without all of you, none of us would be here today. We made it to this moment because of all of you, because of all of your kindness and expertise. You made all of this possible, even in the midst of a pandemic. On behalf of the graduates, I would like to send a sincere thank you to the people at home, our friends, our families, our fellow classmates, our past teachers, and of course, our pets. Although today focuses on the last several years of our lives, it's these people who have helped us every step of the way. Without each and every one of your support, we wouldn't be graduating today. Taking the time to reflect on these past years, it is also important to acknowledge those who can't be with us today. Over the course of our degrees, we have lost family members, friends, and role models. People who we wish we could just have one more moment in time with. People who have made a great dramatic impact on our lives in some way, shape, or form. Although these individuals can't be with us today, it is important to know how proud they are of us and all that we have accomplished. We have made memories and friendships here at CBU that will last a lifetime. So wherever you may go, hold on to those memories and make time to remember the moments that never fail to make you smile. As a final idea, I would like to once again congratulate all of us for making it here today. Our achievements are nothing short of extraordinary. We have made it here with perseverance and collaboration. Today we join the alumni family, and whenever someone asks us, orange is their favorite color, because capers, we always bleed orange. As President David Dingwall says, during these unprecedented times, perseverance will triumph, and triumph we have. Always remember, graduates, never give up. Keep striving for your dreams. Reach for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Thank you.
Gway. Hi, graduates of 2020. My name is Kelsey McNeil, and I'm your Cape Breton University Alumni Association President. And today, on this very special day, it is my pleasure to share with you a very special message from my fellow members of the Association Board of Directors.
Congratulations, CBU graduating class of 2020. Welcome to the alumni family.
We welcome you with open arms into a great big family of proud CBU alumni members.
You are now part of a family of more than 28,000 members located across the globe. As a CBU alumni, you have unlimited access to this network.
Learn from alumni in your field, make connections in the workplace, and share your stories with us.
Be the first to hear about fun events and connect with other CBU alumni by following us on social media and by updating your current contact info at cbu.ca/alumni.
As a student representative on the board, I've had the great opportunity getting to connect with so many alumni, and I encourage all new grads to become engaged in the CBU Alumni Network.
Although this is not the way we wanted to celebrate you today, we're proud that you've persevered and earned your spot in the alumni family.
As an alumni, you are now a role model for other students who will work to follow in your footsteps.
We want you to be fiercely proud of your alumni status and take every opportunity to talk about CBU as you continue on your journeys.
No matter where life takes you, you can be rest assured that Cape Breton University will always be your home.
Today is not the end,
but the beginning of a new chapter of your life, and we are excited to see what's in store for you.
Congratulations from your CBU Alumni Association family. And remember, as a part of our alumni family, you are always orange.
Our sons and daughters to explain our lives,
as if a child could tell us why,
that as sure as the sunrise, as sure as the sea, sure as the wind in the trees,
we rise again in the faces of our children. We rise again in the voices of our song.
we rise again like the waves out on the ocean. And then we rise again. Our lives, as if a child could tell us why,
but as sure as the sunrise, sure as the sea, sure as the wind in the trees, we rise again in the faces of our children. We rise again in the voices of our song. We rise again in the waves out on the ocean. And then we rise again.
and then we rise again, and then we rise. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Again.